Hello guys! Okay, today I'm just going to show you how you can make a rice stir fry with no oil. So if you want to cut back on oil but still have a delicious stir fry, you can do it. Now I'm going to use some brown rice I made, and I tried this in the pressure cooker, and because the brown rice is a little harder than I like, I've got a bit more water in here than normal. But typically what you would do is start with just like, I don't know, a few tablespoons of water. And I like to put my onions and garlic into the water first, so they can start to basically cook. Get the strong flavors out of there and let the pot boil up. And from there, you would add your other veggies and your rice, and keep adding a little water if that's what you need to, if you see it's getting too dry for your stir fry. But I'm going to start by doing this. I'm going to add my rice in a little bit, and I've got some kale and stuff, so I'm just going to show you the process that I'm doing. And I've just got, like I said, a bit more water than normal, simply because I want my rice to cook a little bit more. Okay, now I'm adding to the pan some kale, just breaking it into pieces because kale takes a little longer to cook. And once I've got my kale in and stirred up, I'm going to add my rice. So put your brown rice in the pan and just start mixing everything up so the liquid is absorbed by the rice evenly, and keep stirring. And now you can add some seasonings. I'm putting some garlic powder here to start. You can put whatever you like in this. This is going to be flavored to your taste. So mix in your seasonings, and I'm also adding some chipotle because I love chipotle. And if your pan is starting to get low on liquid, you can definitely add more water, but this is still okay for right now. So give everything a mix again, keep stirring. You can't overdo this, I don't think. And once you've got basically your seasonings in, this is when I like to add my soy sauce. So I'm just putting some dabs in there, again, to taste. It's going to add some nice brown color to your rice as well. And just continue to stir, guys. If the pan's too hot, put the heat down, and just continue to mix to make sure nothing sticks to the pan. Now I'm adding in my beans, and if you'll notice, I just added some of the aquafaba, which translates as bean water. Now I'm adding that so that I don't have to add actual water, making sure I keep my pan moist and all my ingredients moist. Now I'm putting the mushrooms. I like to put the mushrooms near the end of the stir fry because they will cook more quickly than the onions and the kale, etc. And again, just give everything a stir, as you see I'm doing here. That's all there is to it, guys. It's really pretty simple. Now, as long as you have enough liquid in there, the pan is fine, as this is. And because I added the aquafaba, which is the bean water, that's helped to keep it moist, so you can keep the stir fry going. Anytime the pan gets too dry and you're not finished with your stir fry, just add a bit more liquid. And that's the reason I like to add like the beans and stuff as I go along a little bit later, because it helps to add more liquid during the process. I did forget to add something. I'm just going to sprinkle some nutritional yeast on here. If you're going to put things like peppers, like red or green peppers in here, which are harder to cook, I'd put them earlier. I'd do the onions and the peppers and all that stuff at the same time. Okay, it's still nice and moist, guys. And I'm going to add a little moisture now when I cut some tomato. So I'm just going to cut a portion of this tomato. Maybe I'll do a little more, but for now, I'm just going to cut the tomato and add to the stir fry. And basically that's it. You just need enough moisture in your pan, and you can cook without oil, which my mother would say is sacrilegious. And you can have a stir fry without oil if you don't want to have any oil in there. And then just stir fry for a little longer, guys, and you're done. Now your pan might get crusty at the bottom, as this has, but I find that still happens even when I use oil. It's not, the non-stick properties are maybe not as good as they were. All you're going to do is soak the hot pan in some water afterward, just to make sure that the water will help lift all that that's stuck on the pan, and it will come right out when you clean it. So basically, guys, this is done. You can flavor it how you like. You can do anything to this. All you need is enough liquid to keep your pan and your ingredients moist enough to cook. And with the exception of berries, this meal has everything Dr. Furman says you should have. You should eat during the day. He says you should have G-bombs every day. So greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. So, okay guys, I don't have the seeds in here either. You know, I've got the first part of the G-bombs. There you guys go. Nutritious, healthy brown rice stir fry. And I'll have some berries later. Have a handful of seeds as well. Just make sure you're getting your full nutritional content in your food, if that's what you want. But you can get lots of the content of your daily intake of what you need in one meal. And you can have a few meals like this where you always have nutritionally dense meals. Okay guys, thanks for watching.